Welcome to the Crypto Angel live stream. Let's get everything set up here for the live stream. Hopefully, you guys are all having a great night as we kind of go sideways or down on Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin's sitting at $107,000. Let me just get everything set up here, and we will get started here a minute or so late. Yeah, I'm looking for Bitcoin to go down here. I do see more downside for Bitcoin. That's just what I see in the market. I see more downside. The most likely scenario to me is down. I think I basically said that in the live stream yesterday, or 2 days ago. Let me do a sound check here. Downside for Bitcoin. Guys, we're live on YouTube and TikTok, as always, so if you guys want to go check us out on YouTube, feel free to do that. I'm going to say that we are live. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know. I'm going to go through Bitcoin like always, and then we will go from there. So let's look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index right now. Right now, that is coming in at 65, so nothing to look at there. Until that's above 90 or below 10, I really am not too concerned. Going over to Bookmap. Right now, on the right, you have the daily time frame. And then on the left, you have the weekly time frame. You can see that there's a lot of liquidity over here on the daily time frame at 110,000. Bookmap usually goes to wherever we have the most liquidity, and right now it does suggest we go up to 110,000. You have a little down here at 107, so we'll see what happens. That's a crap ton of liquidity at 110,000. I haven't seen it be that high in a very long time, probably several weeks. So for people looking for a possible move up, there's your possible move up. Unfortunately, the smaller time frames here for Bitcoin look kind of sketchy. But let's start here on the daily time frame and kind of see what's going on. Let me get rid of some of these lines here and we can get started. So right now on the daily time frame, as always, you would look at the stock RSI. You can see that the stock RSI is coming down. You are at the top of the channel in this bull pennant here. And now the bottom of the channel, I did say it like a week ago, I see 106 to 105,000 being the next stop for Bitcoin. I see that happening at some point sooner rather than later. And the bottom of the channel would be approximately $106,000. Finally, we're getting a few people here on TikTok. So the bottom of the channel, bottom of the range would be 106K. That would be a good area of a good price for us to go. And that's kind of where I think the most likely scenario is. I know I had a few more levels of support and resistance here. I'm not quite sure what happened. So let me just update this a little bit. So right now, yeah, I would be looking for a move back down to about $106,000. That does seem like a very good level of support for us, and that seems like we're a good area where we could be going. So that's kind of what I see on the daily. The daily is coming down on the stock RSI. Now the good thing is you're above the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame. If we hop down to the 12-hour time frame, we can see that on the 12-hour time frame, you're also coming down on the stock RSI, and as well as that's a good thing. You're coming back down to the bottom of the range, but you're also above the 200-day moving average. That's a bullish sign. So to me, the 12-hour time frame and the daily time frame are both still very bullish on the macro time frames. The 8-hour time frame, if we jump down to the 8-hour time frame, you can see that the 8-hour time frame, even though we might be coming back down to the bottom of the range, that is still making a higher low at around $108,000. So we'll see what happens, but right now the 8-hour is still above the 200-day moving average, and it still looks good to me on the 8-hour. The 6-hour is in the same situation. You're getting close to the 200, coming in at 106.6 on the 6-hour, but it still looks good. The 4-hour, same situation as well. So even the 4-hour time frame still looks good to me. Now it's when you get below the 4-hour time frame when it gets a little sketchy. Like the 3-hour, trying to bounce lackluster. You're still above the 200 on the 3-hour. You're still above on the 2-hour. Barely, but you are. And the 1-hour time frame just lost a 200-day moving average. If the 1-hour cannot get back above 108K, I'd be looking for the 2-hour to come down to about 106.8. So that's a $1,000 drop I would be looking for if Bitcoin can't reclaim 108,000. And that's just kind of what I see. 33-minute or half-hour time frame is well below the 200 at 108.5, and then the 50-minute time frame lost earlier today 15 could get a recovery here, but that is also sitting at 108,500. So again, if Bitcoin cannot reclaim 108K, I see about 106.8 incoming for Bitcoin, and that's kind of where we're seeing. And again, that'd be close to the bottom of the range between 105 and 106. Right now, the bottom of the range I really see as being 105.5. So in between 105 and 106,000, that's really the next stop for Bitcoin, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. It's just what I see going on in the markets. So that's just kind of what I see. I appreciate if you guys hit the like button. It does help support the channel. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of what we got going on Bitcoin. I appreciate this huge audience that we do have here on TikTok. We're up to almost oh wow, we're up to 4 people. Holy crap! Wow, that's awesome. Wow. Anyways, I digress. I do see more downside here for Bitcoin, and yeah, so that's just kind of what, that's kind of the current state of the market I see. Right now, it does not look fantastic if you're looking for a move to the upside. But that's also why I dollar cost average, and I buy more Bitcoin every single week, or at least a few times a month minimum. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and we will look at them. But for right now, if Bitcoin's going down, you can expect most altcoins, at least short term, to get a move down. This is not financial advice, but this is a great time to be accumulating more Bitcoin. I do see later this year, if we zoom out to like the 3-day time frame, I do see Bitcoin in this bull pennant here on the 3-day. These break up 68% of the time, and sometime this suggests sometime probably after August, but sometime in September, October, November, or definitely by the end of the year. I'm looking for $140,000 to $150,000 Bitcoin. That's just what I'm looking for over there. So, anyways, that's just kind of so the macro time frames to me still look very bullish. Thank you for the likes, JJ. I appreciate it. So anyways, that's just kind of what I see. We got 1 like. I'll take it. So that's just that. So the macro time frames still look good to me for a move up. But even the 5-day is still coming down on the stock RSI. The 6-day as well, and the weekly also coming down on the stock RSI. So to me, like, I still think we have another month at least before we really see a bigger move up on the macro time frames. But I'm still waiting. I still think sometime in 1 to 2, I'd say a month or so is when we can look for a bigger move back to the upside if we get it. Now, if we lose 105K, then we could be talking about, well, maybe we're not going to get that move up. But I think, Bitcoin is, Bitcoin on Sunday night closed the highest weekly candle close in its history. So if that's not bullish, I don't know what is. I'm still buying more Bitcoin. On average, Bitcoin has gone up 40% every year since it came out. So to me, I'll just play the long game and keep buying Bitcoin because I believe if you appoint one Bitcoin at some point in the next 30 years, you'll be a multimillionaire. So we'll see what happens. If Bitcoin goes to $10 million in 30 to 40 years, I'll be pretty happy. Well, congrats, JJ. I'm happy you made $47,000. By the way, I also want to say, I didn't say it on the last stream, did I? That we do have a trade group, Discord, if you guys want to join that, where I post Bitcoin setups and altcoin setups. Feel free to do that. Link to join is on YouTube. I believe the link is also on TikTok. But I'm very happy they made 47K. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's kind of what I see. I do see more upside later this year for Bitcoin, but short term in the next month, I probably see sideways, if not slightly down on the very short time frames. So that's kind of where I stand. Thank you for the likes on YouTube as well. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand on this, and I see more downside for the rest of the night probably. And again, 105 to 106K is really my target for the bottom of the range here. If we lose 105K, that's when I could be worried that we're going to get maybe a bigger drop down to 102.7 or maybe 100K again. So that is kind of my breakdown of the market right now. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know and I'll look at them. But that's my breakdown of the market on the short, mid, and long-term time frames. So, if that's, yeah, let me see what we got cooking on over here. Wow, 1 viewer. Fantastic. So, with that being said, that's going to kind of wrap it up. I did look at ASM. I thought that looks like trash. If you guys requested that, I know someone did. I made a video about that on TikTok. That looks like crap. Oh, we should maybe go look at Tesla and see what that did this week. or today, I mean. Tesla right now lost a 4-hour 200. That looks kind of bad. Chris looks really bad right now. Nvidia looks really... if Nvidia cannot break $161, I would say sometime tomorrow, I'd be looking for this rising wedge to go back to the downside. The 4-hour time frame, with how fast I get overbought, that's not a great sign. My guess is that this does come back down at some point. I don't know how quickly it happens, but my guess is at some point we do revisit 144 as support on Nvidia. Now, if you break 161, that could be a long time. But if you don't break 161 tomorrow, it could be 144 could be seen by the end of this week. So it's not financial. I mean, that's just what I see going on in the market. So I would be cautious about opening up long. So that's a rising wedge. If it breaks up parabolically to probably 179. But if they break down pretty fast as well to where they came from, which was around 144. That is the next support. If you break 144, which probably would take a lot of selling, but if you do 125, 126 would be the next stop. Really, 126 would be the next stop below 144 on Nvidia. But so something to watch on Tuesday would be, can Nvidia crack $161? If not, well, that wouldn't be a very good situation. So that's Nvidia in a nutshell, and I will leave it at that as far as stocks are concerned. What is what indicator? I have a bunch of indicators. I have moving averages. I have the stock RSI. This is the VRVP. So I don't know which one you're referring to. I use a few indicators. Those are the ones I use. And as far as the VRVP is concerned, I do not really trade with it, but it is on there still. Why does everyone ask me about that? It's volume. So basically just tells you where all the orders are at on any asset. So in Nvidia, on the 4-hour time frame, you can see it's also less unlikely that we do crack through this resistance at 161 because there's no liquidity to the upside. All the liquidity is back to the downside. And there's a ton of liquidity at 144. So to me, maybe I'm wrong, but I would be shocked if Nvidia breaks 161. We'll see what happens. I think it's most likely we come back down. It just tells you where all the orders are at, and usually wherever there's the most liquidity or the biggest lines, that's where the asset will go. And that's not why I'm saying we go back to 144. That is actually very strong support. And I would say 161 looks like it's going to be resistance, especially with the fact that on the 4-hour time frame, our RSI is getting overbought while the price is not going up. That's a bearish sign to me. That also signals lack of volume and lack of follow through, which suggests to me sometime by Friday, maybe a little later, but probably sometime by Friday, we see 144. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would not be longing this. And the only time I will long for a breakout is if you crack 161. If you crack 161, you could maybe take a breakout trade. But for right now, I would not be interested in longing the video. Is it useful? I don't use to trade with it, but it can be useful if you use it properly, like I just said. There's a lot of orders at 144, so that'd be a great time to buy more Nvidia if you're holding long term. I think it's useful. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it on my chart. But I don't trade with it. I don't know. I just don't. So if you guys have other requests for altcoins, let me know. Otherwise, that's gonna kind of go over everything I want to talk about. So, yeah, thank you guys for the likes as well. It does help support the channel. I think we're up to 1 like. Anyways, that's kind of, I'll be back live on Saturday night, as always, but that's kind of my breakdown right now of the markets. So, recapping, I see more downside on Bitcoin. If you don't reclaim 108,000, then I really do see 106.7 being the next stop. That's just what I see going on. I do not use the VRVP to trade with. I use the stock RSI and moving averages. That's how I open my trades up. And support and resistance and patterns. Bull pins, bull flags. I don't trade with this. I don't base my trades on this. That's what I mean. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's all I got. If there's no requests, I'm not going to keep streaming. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a great night. This was just a quick market update. But the trend is your friend until the end. So right now, the trend on the 15-minute time frame is down. I would be looking for more downside back to the bottom of the pattern of the 4-hour time frame, around 105 to 106K. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a great night. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers And I'll be posting a few videos. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'll be posting a few videos on Wednesday for sure on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed to me on YouTube as well, so you get notified every time I go live or post a video as well. Because I do post several videos on YouTube. I post a lot more videos on YouTube than I do on TikTok, just for your information. So with that being said, guys, that's all I got. Hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers and adios. Also, thank you, user 155439, for the follow on TikTok. And thank you for the 100 likes. I appreciate that. So, yeah, on the 4-hour time frame, I see Bitcoin going to the downside, if that's what you're asking on TikTok. That's just what I see going on. I don't teach it. I'm telling you it's there. And I just explained to you how it works and what it is. I don't teach it, no. I mean, I have a trading group if you want to join that, and I can teach you more in there, but I don't do classes or anything. Anyways, that's all I got, guys. Have a great night. Alrighty.